Hello, YouTube. This week I'm going to review License to Kill, starring Timothy Dalton, Carrie Lowell as Agent Pam Bouvier, Talisa Soto as Lupe Lamora, Robert Davi as Brian Sanchez, with other famous people of the Bondverse like Robert Brown as M in his final performance, along with Dalton in his final performance as 007, with Caroline Bliss in her final appearance as Moneypenny, which she was only in the Moneypenny for the Living Daylights and License to Kill, the Dalton movies. Which I gotta say, Timothy Dalton is an underrated Bond. One it was a shame that he didn't get to do more, because he was more he was dark and gritty. I mean, I mean, very underrated. And also, the final performance, I meant the, and also gotta give some nods to Anthony Zerbe as Milton Crest, who ran the drug front of Crest, yeah, Wavecrest building, and which is a bunch of divers and marine biologists, which is a coke front, which is, I can say this is going to be as close as you ever get to James Bond versus Scarface. I mean, and old Zerb made a good actor cut, and underrated one at that, cause from his performance in Rooster Cogburn, which is the sequel to True Grit, the John Wayne one, and in the series Young Riders as Teaspoon Hunter. And I gotta say something about Talisa Soto now. I can say she was Salma Hayek before Salma Hayek. I ought to say this much. From her later on roles as Vampirella and Katana from Mortal Kombat. What to say about that? And David Hedison, the only actor besides Jeffrey Wright to play Felix Leiter more than twice, which I can always say for the Connery Brosnan timeline. Felix Leiter might have been a code name, because it was always a different actor every time, like Jack Lord and Doctor No, C.E.C. Linder. I can't pronounce that first pronounced word in from Goldenfinger. Rick Nutter and yeah, that was the guy's name, Rick Nutter in Thunderball. Norman Burton in Diamonds Are Forever, which I've previously reviewed. David Hedison also in Live and Let Die, which is where he did his second move off performance. Man, that guy could act. That guy was one of the best lighters of all. One guy actually did it twice. And one of the old actors. And the Tom mixed to David Edison. Thank you, Thomas Edison. That was a Statler Brothers reference. A little off topic, but I'll say a lot of things I can say about License to Kill being the most 80s of the 80s Bond movies, which is a perfect send off for a movie 30 years ago in 1989. And a lot of things about how references of Easter eggs, and been like the Hemingway house when Bond, in the scene where Bond gets confronted by M after he goes rogue investigating the maiming and the attempted murder of Della Leiter, Felix Leiter's wife, and the attempted murder of Felix, which is pretty much the main plot of this movie, where he goes rogue and avenges him. I always gotta laugh about how the actor Robert Davi kind of looked like NASCAR legend Darrell Waltrip. And of course, who also won the '89 Daytona 500. Well, I admit that's a little off topic, but still. And of course, some of the most epic scenes of action, like at the beginning when Bond and Felix are prepping for Felix's wedding, and who was Priscilla, to actress to Delaware, played by Priscilla Barnes, who replaced Suzanne Summers on Three's Company. And I gotta say, was a good actress, along with Frank McRae, who played Sharky. I mean, and I gotta admit, like back to the action parts of how at the beginning when Bond assists on later on a DEA drug raid, CIA DEA joint drug raid, drug raid. I gotta say where he updates from the standard PPK to a Beretta, the M9. I can say this much, and a few scenes of that, and they're trying to shoot out a tank. I'm in a Jeep, and also in a aerial chase where he takes a rappel, or Bond takes a rappel line and goes, "Let's go fishing," and hooks up a car, hooks up that Cessna Sanchez is piloting, trying to escape. I'm only in a Bond movie. Like also at beginning, ending part, final part of the truck chase. Now that has got to forget Bullet. Now that's the greatest movie chase in history. I mean, come on, Bond jacks an 18-wheeler, rolls it on not the 9 wheels. I say 2 wheels, but 2-wheel weight transfer, but 18-wheeler. Come on now. And of course, also in a side chase where it's getting like the goon squad in an old Dodge pickup, square bodies. Now that was a Dodge masterpiece. When Dodge trucks actually look good, which a little off topic there. And of course, the scene where he's meeting, the bar fight went right before where he's meeting Pam Bouvier and Dario, who I could pretty much say was his first movie of Benicio was played by Benicio del Toro, and I can say, oh, he always made a good bad guy. Man, if you want to start a Bond movie, I recommend start with this one. This one was practically the first one I ever watched, and an excellent masterpiece out of it all too, which puts Timothy Dalton on the same caliber as Sean Connery. And of course, back to that chase. I mean, come on. Also, badassery on that one. Right at the spoiler alert ending, or when he takes down Sanchez with a lighter, and practically, I'd say, old Agent Bouvier. I can say, which is actually a one positive trait on giving Bond's kind of history of women, of one of the few Bond women who actually once saved Bond's ass once. After in a scene where Bond's undercover, trying to as a goon for Sanchez and and right before he gets exposed by Dario, ooh-wee. And talk about the ending for him, where he just goes right for that grader, and so, ooh, talk about, especially for the first PG-13 Bond movie. And I'll bet some old scenes where he's trying to infiltrate the box, Milton Crest's yacht. Just stabs out drug product, and woo. And it goes, and also when he's taking the spear gun, it goes, compliments to Sharky. Then takes another one right up to a pontoon of a seaplane and just goes sea skiing with. And you can say only Bond could practically ski without actual water ski without actual skis. Although a plane, that's the only way it work. Stealing drug money to fund his revenge mission. Also, I mean, the bar fight with I mentioned Del Toro. You gotta mention had a cameo of Branscombe Richmond, aka Bobby Skidskiller from the hit series Renegade. Overall, a 5 out of 5. I could say this much. I mean, everything, action, romance. I mean, the only movie where Bond actually gets two Bond girls and not just one gets two Bond girls. And Teresa Soto, I have to say, was one of the hottest Bond girls ever. I mean, Salma Hayek before Salma Hayek, I'll just say this much. Overall, an excellent movie, and also been some excellent gadgetry and cameos by another cameo by Cary Hiroyuki Tagawa. I pronounced that right. And as a Hong Kong drug lord, after Bond and his infamous signature gun. Yeah, look at that when the only time Q ever actually got into the field. Overall, like I just said, a 5 out of 5. Enjoy, people.